everyone, it is Akari, totally a real-life human and not a Sonic character in disguise. You do not listen to anyone who says otherwise, you can trust me, I swear. Which conveniently brings us to today's video's topic. Remember a few videos back when... Huh? What do you mean it's been more than a month ago? Remember a while back where I drew Sonic IDW girls as human? Well, it's round 2 with the blue today. From that video's comments and from some others, you guys really wanted a sequel of this one, huh? I picked some of the most suggested characters and today I'll be doing exactly that. Let's not waste more time on intros, let's do it to it! So the cast in today's video is Jewel the Beetle from IDW, Blaze the Cat from the games, and Sally Acorn from Archie Sonic. I decided to expand more from where I pick characters, since A, there isn't many IDW characters, and B, I wanted to draw the Freedom Fighters more. And I know that Archie Sonic is not the most, flattering piece of Sonic media, but in my opinion, Archie Sonic is not bad. Post-Super Genesis Wave Archie is very good, don't at me. I know I'll be talking about it some more in another video if you guys are interested in a 10 to 20 minute yapathon about it, which I really hope you do, because that sounds very fun. Though let's get back to the present, I made some minimal changes to the rules of this challenge. Well, not really, but listen. Last video I wanted to stay on model. I did deviate a bit to give them my touch, and well, they aren't Sonic characters in those illustrations, so you could say I deviated a lot from model, but guess what? This video I deviate a bit more, just to make it a bit more fun. I decided I could change the clothes to fit more of my idea, though they must still resemble the original design, and don't worry, they should be recognizable. I hope so. Stay till the end of the video to watch the final designs and you be the judge of that. We'll start off with Blaze, but first, a shameless plug. Pretty please subscribe if you haven't. We're super duper close to 3.5k and I'd love to hit that before the year ends. So join the cause and subscribe. Which speaking of, you can join Team Akari for early access, behind the scenes, shoutouts and even more. It would be a huge help to my channel and you will get very cool stuff. If you're interested, just look for the first link on the description and join today. Anyway, let's continue! For Blaze's build, I wanted her to be slim and tall. And so I did. Because it gives her more of an appearance of a princess, and honestly, I just wanted her to be tall. There's something about Blaze's original design that just screams that she's tall. And I don't know what it is or how to explain it. It's just a vibe. I think the most fun part of this design was surely the hair. I styled her hair to look more like the tufts of fur on the sides of her face in the original design, and I added the small high ponytail she has, just that it doesn't look like feathers, it looks like hair. Because you know that it just couldn't be missing. It's such an iconic part of her original design, and I think in this version it adds to the hairstyle, so win-win. And of course I had to add her gem thing on her forehead, and I tried to keep the eye shape roughly the same as the Sonic version, but you know, without them taking half of her face because of the extreme cartooniness Sonic characters have. Which brings us to her clothes, the royal suit. This is where I made some little edits. Let's start from the top, quite literally. I made her top have those fluffy sleeves you often see on royal characters. You know the ones, the old-timey goofy dresses. And I was tempted to make the whole design like that, but I decided to keep her slender build, and it's better because it kept her more in canon, so that's good. And for the sides of her dress, at least I think it's a dress, I'm sorry to all the fashion experts watching, I made them longer and more triangular, as well as adding a third part on her back that looks kind of like a cape, but it was honestly just to simulate a tail. Because I just love when character designers do something similar on their redesigns. It's just too fun to watch. And lastly for this design, her golden necklace. I reimagined it to look more like the top of her dress. I think it makes her look more elegant. And after that, it was just a matter of shading and she was done. Let's move on to another great princess, Sally. This one was a lot of fun. If you've been following me outside of YouTube, you know I love Sally Acorn a lot. And I really want her to be in Sonic Speed Battle, but the odds of that happening are not great. Still, never stop rallying for Sally. Never stop rallying for Sally, I tell ya. Now, on this drawing, of course, I really wanted her to have a confident look and an upbeat pose because that's the spirit of our girl. I kept the design very loyal to the OG one. I just made a couple of changes, which I'll get to in a bit. Now, let's start with her hair. I basically kept it the same, just style it to look more like human. And even that wasn't much, because if you remember some of the panels of Archie Sonic pre-Super Genesis Wave, a lot of the cast had very human proportions, especially Sally. And some of those are some stylistic choices that made me procrastinate on reading Archie Sonic back then. I just really like my cartoon animals cartoony, thank you very much. Which, speaking of her original design, I mixed both designs she has, for the obvious reason that I like them both, but let's just say, one of them may not translate well if I keep it as it is. If you know, you know. Let's move on either way. I kept her original boots and open vest, adding a sleeveless shirt to complete the look, and now here is where I changed something, namely her shorts. I've always thought that the newest Sally design would look so much better in pants or leggings, and I don't really have a reason as to why. It's something I've always thought as I've read Archie Sonic, so I tried it on this design, and safe to say, I really like it. Still, I'm not saying that the newest Sally design is bad, it's just a me thing. I don't know why. But lastly, for this design, I gave her the bracelet thingies she summons swords and shields off. The ability is very cool, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that inclusion. And with that, she was done. Last but not least, let's finish up this video with Jewel. And I gotta say, I think this one was my favorite design of these three process-wise. So let's talk about it. Starting with her hair, which was both the easiest for me to figure out and the hardest for me to color. Straight out the bag, I had an idea, and I really wanted her to have a short bob cut to mirror her Sonic design. And you know, that was all fun and games until I got to coloring. I am not gonna say I didn't enjoy it, because I did. I really like coloring holographic things, but figuring out how to make the holographic look in hair was an experience I never thought I'd had. But after the initial confusion, it was certainly the highlight of this illustration. I had so much fun drawing this. I wanted the hair to pop but not be too overbearing, since I didn't want it to be the central point of this illustration. Though I kind of regret it now, because I don't know man, I just really wanted to keep adding even more detail even after I finished this piece. But switching topics real quick, let's talk about something sneaky I did in this design. I made her have two little hair strands popping out of her head. Not just to look cute, no. It was to simulate two things. One, she's a stressed hard worker, which is canon. And I even gave her a coffee to emphasize that, look. And most importantly, two, her antennas. Again with the character symbolism, I shall not be stopped with that one. I kinda went overboard with the symbolism on this one. For example, I included the backpack just to simulate her wings. No other reason. Because that's something I didn't want to lose from the original design. And I was going to make the backpack holographic too, but I didn't want to make the backpack shine more than the hair, so I decided against it. And I also included the beetle brooch that she has on her chest. Because like in the original design, it's just like an ellipse figure, but I just had to do it. Could not stop myself from editing that, because once the idea entered there in my brain, there was no turning back. It might have been a bit too on the nose, but it makes me happy, so it's fine. And with some minor edits to the clothes, namely changing the color of her skirt to a darker pink so it would contrast a bit, She was completely done. And with that, roll call time! Here's 3 more humanized Sonic characters. Thank you so much for the suggestions, everyone. I had a blast drawing this. If you want, you can suggest even more in the comments. There may be a part 3 if you guys are up to it. Though it might take some time because I have been scheming, I tell ya. I have some planned videos for the upcoming weeks. Plural, with an S. And the channel members may have an idea of what's going on or what will be going on in a bit. But speaking of our lovely channel members, thank you so much to Judy, Jimari Fox, Heat Dragon, Kyo, and Servando Verdugo for all their support on this channel. It really means the world to me. And thank you to you, lovely viewer, for watching till the end. I have been Akari-san and wish you enjoyed the video. Keep drawing and stay rad. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!